Okay, we should be live. Ooh, please apologize. I am not in a great place, chat, but I just kind of want to keep streaming or at least do something. So, fuck it. We're just gonna stream NetHack. I'm even if it's just an hour a day, at least I'm doing something on the channel. So screw it. Playing Human Valkyrie on Hard Fought. I kind of want a different background track. Yeah, okay, you know what? That works. I was thinking about this. I seriously... I know I'm in a NetHack mood when I'm thinking about my saved game. Usually I just sit and play, and I go through like a dozen characters before I ascend. Probably more than that, to be honest. This one got off to a stupidly good start. It doesn't have anything great for the Ascension kit, and I unfortunately shredded a good piece of armor by mistake. But we're sitting at -4 AC. And I believe I know where there's another vault. Let me see here. Yeah, I marked level 8 as a vault. I think digging that thing out actually makes sense. The penalty for killing shopkeepers is pretty severe, so I don't really want to do it. Even if the fort isn't... What I ultimately would want is to be able to go to the fort and then buy a stupid amount of divine protection, because that's about the easiest AC money can buy. But you're not guaranteed to get the fort. Now, I've done an ascension without one, but it's... Yeah. Like, I've got the complete Ascension Kit accessory pack. I think what I really want is magic resistance or magic the winning move here is Grey Dragon Scale Armor. To do that, I would need to... I've got the magic marker. So I could conceivably... Oh, crud. That is actually viable. That's probably the best way I could do it. Dragon armor is probably... Yeah, it would be the strongest armor I could get. And the only ways I'm going to get that is if I stalk the dungeon long enough that a dragon spawns naturally, which it can. But I gotta be pretty deep for that to happen. I want to say it can happen above Medusa. I don't like going super gamey like that, but screw it. I just want the Ascension though, so why am I thinking this hard? Let me go dig up that vault. So yeah, let's go to level 8. We're on 3. Yeah, because I got the vault on this level. Ooh, that might be game over. I hit a floating eye. Okay, that was bad. Yeah, that was really bad. I just got robbed by a nymph. This run just got a lot more, Can I zap? Am I stunned? Okay, hold on. Zap. D. Great. So it dropped a scroll, but not what I actually need. I gotta find that nymph because I want my stuff back. Salmon Palace 6 on the pain scale today. I forgot how much I really like this game. I have some really good childhood memories with NetHack. Let's see here. So we eat all the corpses. There is an argument to also just standing on the altar and waiting for something to happen. Instead of eating those, I should probably have offered them up on the altar. Let's go. No, I think I still like the vault plan, and maybe we'll even do the first level. So, the thing is, I've seen a lot of gold on this map. There's at least 2 leprechaun rooms, but I really don't want to go down there because I like that thing up, and I will be here forever. Alright, so let's see if we can find that vault. Do I have auto dig in this version? Is it an option? Yeah, let me turn auto dig off because I actually don't like that option. There's not a lot of places. Yeah, actually, you know what? I will use auto dig. I don't do a lot of vaulting, searching for vaults when I play NetHack anymore. But it's usually to your interest to actually do it. Yeah, gold coins, that's the message. Okay, so it's not here. The other advantage to doing this is by opening up the level. When you go for the ascension run, it makes the whole thing just easier. Yeah, let's get away from this engagement. Let's not die. Half to survive in this game is okay, so that's the door I closed being open. Let's go up here and we're just gonna set. Actually, you know what? Let me head to the. I'm starting to get hungry. Let me. Yeah, I'm gonna actually head back to the altar. Because if I am weak and I'm on it, I might get a lot at the same time. I am asking for death by doing this. Yeah, get to the altar. Okay, you know what? Nope, I gotta pray now. Shimmering light. Well, please. Stomach feels content. Okay, cool. Is that a pony? That is a peaceful pony. The problem with the pony is they're really hard to keep tame. I don't have a lot of things that feed it, and then it starves, which is kind of not ideal. I also believe offering. I think it's only if it's your pet you get penalized for it. Okay, so that one's peaceful, so. Oh, they're both peaceful. Okay. Alright, so let's go back down towards that vault. And realistically, all this travel works to my benefit because I'm just more likely to encounter stuff. Okay. So if it's not there, it's probably somewhere like to the right, the left of here. Yeah, that would actually be my. This would have been a better place to guess if I was going to look for. Oh, there's that nymph that I had to kill. Okay, I do outspeed her, so let me use magic missile. Oh, great. And that is... Huh. Okay, I was expecting something else besides that. Alright, let's see here. I'm okay, Little Stitch. It's not... It's been a lot of up and down, to put it bluntly. Oh, and this gray elf is back, which is less than good. Okay, wield... Okay, so I killed the gray elf. I don't think riding boots is anything special. I believe you can get sleep resistance from eating elves, but I also remember there being a downside. Oh, I've got more elves over there. They are apparently just going to not want to deal with me. Oh man, there's a whole lot of them here. I'm still good on the damage race. Okay, cool. Do I eat the corpses? The problem is I am saturated. I feel like... Ooh, that's a lot of crap. Ooh, and a faded pale. That might actually be something... Honestly, this might be better gear than... This might be worth just hauling up, because that's a lot of gear. How much of this can we actually, like, pull up? Because I believe the elvish stuff is lighter. Yeah, that's a lot. That is a lot of gear. Now, do I want to try and eat a corpse? Because I am saturated, and yeah, I think I'm gonna pass. Yeah, screw it. Let's take this all back to the altar and let's go test it. Ooh, and that is a lizard. A lizard is another part of the Ascension kit that we want. Okay, so now we have some equipment to actually test. Let's see what we actually got out of that. I know this isn't super interesting commentary, but like I said, this would be kind of like a career bucket list thing. Like, just something I want to do for the sake of doing it. Let's wear test this stuff. I want to see what this faded pale is. Alright, so we take off the cloak. I think that might be a cloak of magic resistance. There's invisibility, disillusionment, and I believe the cloak, that might be a cloak of magic resistance. That is something. Okay, yeah. Let's sort that out because that may have just been like the next useful thing I got. I'm just gonna see if the holy cow, that is a +5 shield. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that +5 shield. That is insane. That is a plus. Yeah, +5 is about as high as an enchantment can get. Like, you normally have to put effort in to get it that high. And you can't enchant higher than it without it, exploding. Okay, so that coat wasn't any different, but, let's see if that helm had any thing good with it, although I don't think a leather helm... There is advantages to wearing a leather helm. Yeah, that's not worth wearing. Let's keep the leather helm. And then we want to grease the pail. I don't mind burning a charge on that. And yeah, wow, our AC is at -8 because of that. That was an insane upgrade. Like, holy cow. Let's drop these into the scroll pile. I'm gonna grab a little bit of tea and I'll be right back. Alright, chat, I'm back. Let's head back down to, I think we should go back down to DL8 before, that side trip. That was, I didn't really, realize how good the, how much of a gear upgrade you can actually get from, just random mobs. Until I played a priest and just tried every piece of everything that dropped. So here we are back on this level. Let's just dig a passageway through here. See, the biggest problem with Valks as a character class is that their late game is kind of miserable, if I'm going to put it bluntly. It's the main reason I don't like playing them. They have no good ways of handling the mapping requirements to make the end game not be miserable. Okay, so there was a centaur there. I'll eat the centaur corpse. And now that I'm saturated, I don't really want to eat anymore. Dwarvish cloak. Oh, wait, there was a scroll there. I know I heard the Volt sound, so I know it's here. I just have to find it. The things you do to make NetHack be a tolerable game, or to make ascending in NetHack less RNG is what it comes down to. I know we've seen the guard message several times, so let's see if we can find this thing. Because you're looking for a 4x4 square, so how far down here could it possibly be? Bingo. Found it. And that is 5,000 gold. Yeah, that's 5,000, so 8 times 400, 1632. Yeah, I can buy an hour point of divine protection with that. That is probably a, I will be uploading again. It's more going to be me clearing out my backlog because I don't know where I am with this channel. I have not been in a good place with it for a long time, but I'm also just not willing to give it up. So something has to give, and I just don't know what. Oh, Yeah, I'm hitting with the right weapon. Faded Pale. Maybe Faded Pale is not what I thought it was. Maybe that's the, like, the elf one. I wouldn't mind finding a... Let me grab the Wand of Strike, and let me grab the Pales. We'll take them up, because I think going to the altar in Minetown makes sense at this point. I can buy another Point of Protection. I'm sort of thinking Mind's End is where we need to go, because Holy Water would be... I'm getting to the point I really want Holy Water. And if I've got the Luck Stone in hand, I can justify that. Because I'm pretty sure I know what the Identify Scroll is. If I get a full inventory Identify, it makes a lot of the early game a lot easier. Especially because I got that early magic marker. I just can't use it yet. So I think just spending additional time buffing up the everything, I don't think it's worth like going for more shields and just seeing if I find one. Okay, so actually, you know what? I will eat that corpse. Oh, I got sleep. Yeah, okay, so I did get sleep off that one. That is actually really nice. I am wondering, Sokoban, I really don't want to go to Sokoban until I actually have to. I hate Sokoban. Alright, let's go to the mines. Because at this point, I'm kind of liking the loot the game is throwing at me, so... The problem with those fountains have uses, I'm just not going to touch them right now. And I'm pretty sure I have a fountain higher up in the dungeon. Yeah, I have a fountain at level 3, so... No, I get a free... Oh! I gotta go kill that nymph and then offer her body up, because that was annoying. Alright, so I'm just farming a few corpses right here on the altar. And I keep getting luck, which is really telling me go to Minetown, get the stupid luck stone. What did the nymph actually steal? I don't think she stole anything actually that useful, so I think I'm just going to... Yeah, I'm just going to head to Minetown and call it good. She got my pickaxe. Kind of like a big whoop. I just don't know where she is, and hopefully she doesn't die in the store, because that would just be annoying. You know, if the game is going to keep throwing me bodies, I will just keep sacrificing them. Yeah, okay, you know, that's actually telling me it's time to go get the stupid luck stone. I've got an uncursed lamp. Yeah, let's... Or at least let's go down to Mine's End. I might need a scroll of identity to actually get the stupid thing. Okay, so we're here. And I am just going to check with a calculator because I do not want to get this wrong. It sucks to get this wrong. I have done it in the past. So I am level 8 and it's 400. So it should be 3,200. Yeah, it is 3,200. So I can actually buy an hour point of protection. $3,201. And I was rewarded for my devotion. I don't think I got an hour point of AC. Okay, not a problem. I'm just not going to do that again, I guess. Alright, let's light this lamp. And let's take a look at these lower levels. Dwarf dead. As a lot of bodies here. Alright, fine, good enough. It might be worth dragging that myth croat all the way up to the next altar because it might be enchanted. It's a +1 boast regardless, so yeah, we'll come back here. Let's see what else we got to work with. Okay, so we got a boulder there. Teleport trap there. I know I have another lockpick, but I might as well grab a spare. Just because I could always go through and, you know what? I'm actually going to grab the, I'm going to actually just start grabbing armor. Let's just start upgrading and see what we find. Because the altar is 1 level up. And I'm wondering if I would want a Matic. I could do this with a pickaxe. The Matic is actually a pretty solid weapon. We'll come back for it if I decide to. I know we can get one here. What I would love to find is the blasted staircase, the next level. That's... Oh, that's bad. I don't know. Okay, yeah, let's get away from the floating eye. I've already hit 2 of them today. I would like to not die, please. Sorry if I'm not talking. I'm just... Alright, our AC is down to -10, which is actually really good. Considering I haven't improved this gear at all. Let me see, is there anything else? Let me grab these wands. Because wands are most useful in this stage of the game, so... Yeah, let's just grab them and, like, try and use them. Okay, so there's the eye. So D... So this one's dead. And again, doesn't drop a corpse. Experience level 9. I'll grab the dagger and the food ration. Oh, I don't have a pickaxe to get through there. There's a watchman down here. And I've been blinded. I don't want to eat the gremlin. Gremlin will do bad things. Alright. So where, oh where is this staircase? Light makes this a lot bearable than it would be otherwise, but I'm still kind of annoyed that I cannot find where the staircase is. Oh, I just got poison resistance. I'm pretty sure my commentary on this is like just completely garbage right now, but this is my stress release for what has been a long and kind of miserable... Can I entrap this? I don't know if darts are at all useful, but I'll take them. I am really worried the staircase is somewhere I can't access, although I do see one area where... Hold on, we haven't been down here. Where is... Yeah, I'm worried I'm going to need to go grab a pickaxe to gain access to where I need to be. Oh, there's the dwarf. And the dwarf falls through. I think I need a pickaxe. I really do. I believe there was a mattock over here. The reason is I'm worried that the staircase is behind a crevice that I'd have to drop stuff to get through. And that would not be fun or nice. So let me see here. Yeah, there's a mattock. And actually there is a food ration here. So let's go back up. Was that a unicorn I just spotted? Ooh, that is a unicorn. That's a gray unicorn. It is bad juju to kill that, but only if I actually kill it and sacrifice it. If I just kill it, it's not the end of the world. Okay, so I can use this Maddock. Yeah, okay, so getting that unicorn is going to be a little bit easier said than done. That's going to make getting a unicorn horn a lot harder than it would be otherwise. Alright. So let's go see if we can find that staircase. I'm starting to go a little mad, because where is this stupid staircase? There it is. Oh my, that took a while. And then I want to wear wield spear. I will take that wand of digging. It also helps if you start wearing your speed boots. Oh, God, my brain. My pack shakes violently. What was what? I don't know what that message is. Okay, so there is a regular pickaxe here, which I'm going to grab, and then we can drop the Matic. Although I don't know the curse status. Although hopefully I won't need it. Alright, so that's the Gnome King taken care of. I'll wait just a little bit to heal up, and then let's keep looking around. I forgot how annoying going through this part of the game is. Like, I have such a love-hate relationship with NetHack as a game. Definitely getting a lot of gear out of this, though. Like, it's all mid-tier gear, but it's definitely enough to get us through this section of the game, which I'm happy. I've had times where I've gone into the mines and I have just a complete drought of, like, anything useful. Ooh, a Wraith. Yeah, I'm going to get level drain doing this. Let me quiver. Cool, I just gained a whole experience level out of that. So my decision to keep all those daggers was basically justified. Yay! Alright, so now let's do a look around and find the next staircase. So it's probably over here somewhere. Oh, and there it is. Oh. We're playing on the hard fought 3.7 branch. I'll hit capital V here. I'm going to take a slight break. Yeah, that's the branch I'm playing. So it's an in development branch. I'm here. I was also thinking about what I want to do with the Lockstone because I think sitting on the altar and farming it makes a lot of sense. Ooh. Yeah, I'm definitely. This is a different experience. I know I've gotten a few characters deep on streaming it, but um, this is the way I'm taking playing NetHack right now is very different to how I've done it before, and this is feeling a lot more relaxed. Um, I think it's because this game is actually really hard to commentate. And I will sometimes think about what I want to do next. Like when I play it myself with no one else watching, I'll just go on a complete binder. Um, but I don't generally mind blowing through characters if I do that. I kind of want to show good gameplay, and it's been a while since I picked up this thing. Yeah, like it has been actually, I think, a few years since the last time I pulled up NetHack. It's like the one I always bring up every once in a while. Uh, oh, I'm starting to hit weight capacity. What am I carrying? I've got a couple of cloaks. What is digging? Honestly, those daggers are actually probably a lot of weight. This is why a bag of holding would be really nice. Um, bag of holding is just the greatest convenience feature in this damn game. Um, I've never actually done a daggers build in this game because getting daggers actually tends to be kind of irritating. But I'm assuming they would kick ass. So it might be worth trying to basically collect the set and just enchant some up. Enchanting ammo in this game is a really interesting cross proposition. It goes yeah. There's like two major NetHack servers. There's Hard Fought, which is basically where all the dev happens. The way I've seen, I can't speak for the actual official dev branch, but basically a lot of people have been making NetHack variants because the main dev game stalled for a long time. I mean, we got 3.4 and then we got 3.6, but 3.6 was not a huge step forward as far as things going. Um, it was more bringing the game up to status quo by incorporating the most popular patch sets. Like it got its own version of Curses mode. Um, so like a lot of stuff that I mean, realistically, the dev team takes in the patches that become like most official. But there's so many variants of the game at this point that to be considered NetHack, it's not even funny. I mean, I know the same thing happened with Agband. I never really got into Agband as... I don't even think I've played it. I think I may have opened it. I don't know if I've actually ever played it. Same with Odom. I have played Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. I kind of want to try and play for the original like roguelikes, like, because let's be honest, how many people have actually beaten them all? I might do that after an ascension. Like, I would need to really. I'm not sure if I would play Crawl first, because at least Crawl I'm familiar with. It's. My understanding is Agband can actually be a really long game. Like, NetHack. I think I've got a 20k ascension. Like, I basically went down and no, it's not that fast. Turn count is kind of important in NetHack. If it basically tells you how good the ascension was. Faster be better, obviously. Although realistically speaking, if you can beat this game consistently, is in and of itself an achievement. Like, there are people who have played NetHack for 20 years with spoilers who still can't beat it. It's one of those games. Because you kind of need to know, you gotta have a strategy to actually beat it. Because I use spoilers to figure out my strategy, but I do have a strategy I play to, which tends to work. I just have to actually get the character going. Sometimes I get punched in the face a little. I've run a few characters on stream. I've gone a few pretty far. I don't think I've ever gone one past the castle. I'm not even convinced I've gone one to Medusa. Soko, yeah, I know for a fact I've got Soko. I'm fighting a war element. Shit. I don't want my gear to be damaged, which could happen. I think I can just ignore it. I don't seem to be rusting, so think I'm okay. Okay, yeah. All right, whatever. Water element down. I'm gonna laugh at the first character I actually ascend is this one. Because this was such a handed to me achievement. Oh, and I am. That's not good. Okay, I gotta wait. Yeah, I have to wait for the foot to get better. I could realistically dig down. It is kind of the fastest way to deal with this problem. There is an argument when you deal with the end game is dig, baby, dig, 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 dig. Yeah, I'm gonna just fire those at the Wraith. Also, apparently Vlad is a lot less. Vlad is actually dangerous these days. Like, the Vlad veins are no longer a thing. Ooh, okay, we got a wand. Curved wand. That's a wand of light. That is about as useless as the wand gets, although it does have its uses. That's actually really useful. That is a magic whistle. Yeah, strange whistling sound. That is actually... I think I want to actually name that. Okay, there's the next stair down. I think this is Mine's End. Yeah, I think this looks like yeah, this is definitely Mine's End. Okay. I think this is the wine cellar, which is actually probably that was a very scary message. Oh, oh. Faint wave of psychic energy. Oh god, it happened. I got a mind slayer. Oh, that's mind flayers are capable of basically one hit kill. They are only supposed to show up in the end game and rarely at that. They cause amnesia. That's the problem with them. The thing is, I haven't actually identified anything. I haven't read a single scroll. Like, what have I actually learned? Hold on. I have to think about if I want to take on this engagement, because there is a reward for it. Okay, so what it looks like is I would lose a bunch of wand and potion identifications. Uh... That might actually be worth the engagement. Let me see what I actually have to work with. The reason I'm saying it might be worth the engagement is because a Mind Flayer corpse. I think as long as I don't let it get into melee range, I am okay. Let me empty my inventory. Like this just got serious. Yeah, let's go dump my inventory, and then I need to think about that engagement. Because if I could kill it, it's some extra stat points that would otherwise be kind of hard to get. So I'm sort of tempted to... I would actually rather do this later, because what I could do is I could farm up an artifact weapon, which would make this a way more easier process. And kind of as lore goes, I think I could take that engagement now and win it. I don't want to, because it would be a stupid thing to do. Like, don't take an engagement in this game if you don't know if you can win it. Alright, let's go to the altar here. Let's just go... Yeah. I also want to figure out how I'm going to deal with that, Okay. Oh, good. The darts are cursed. So let's look at these, see if these cloaks are upgrades. The scrolls don't do anything right now. I don't know if I can actually read a spell book. It might be worth the try. But that's not going to be a good and happy roll. I'm going to hold off on that one because at the rate we're going, we aren't even going to make it to the castle for a while. So I think I'm happy just leaving that as is. So yeah, let's see if we've got anything else here that's actually useful. Wand of Digging is not going to help at that level because there's no down. Lockpick will, and pickaxe probably not. I might regret that sentence, but let's see how this works. So take off H. Let's see how the other ones fit. Okay, so no change there. Yeah, I'm thinking Sokoban is the right way to go right now. I think I'll kick off. So I'll. It's either Sokoban or go to quest level. Like if I could find the entrance to the quest is probably the next thing I kind of want to handle. I'm feeling pretty good for actually taking on Sokoban. Actually, I just don't want to. Let me basically grab anything and move it from this stash to the other one. So let me actually take all these scrolls. Anything else here I'm leaving? I'll take the wand. Yeah, this is basically me just... My poor inventory. I hate playing without a bag of holding. Oh, Valkyrie need food badly. Yeah, let me pray now that I'm fainting. I have so far... I've eaten corpses, but I don't think I've actually touched permanent food yet. Which means I'm really maximizing my prayers. I would struggle so hard if this was an atheist run. Because atheist runs really need... I might try that as a conduct at some point. Atheist Priest would probably be an interesting challenge if I really was inclined to do it. Honestly, I think once I get an Ascension NetHack, I might play Odin. Alright, let me just throw these in a box. The joys of basically just having to carry the everything on you ENS. I think even the magic whistle. Yeah, because I don't have any pets right now, so I don't think it makes sense to actually take that whiff. So what do I have in terms of... I've got quite a few wands and... Alright, let me drop 5 food rations. Yeah, okay, that should lighten the load quite a bit. Yeah, I got a lot of food just like sitting around here. A lot of scrolls, bunch of rings. Still no identification, which is a little vexing, to say the least. Because this is becoming like a proper effing library. Hey, DGM. Yeah, I'm living in Greece full time now. It's been a time, and it's been a up and down time, to say the least. There's been a lot of shit that happened in real life. On the other hand, it's like I do not regret this decision with my life, thus far. It's just kind of getting there. Like, there's a good chance that the only thing I do with this channel for the next year is stream NetHack. But if I'm spending a year streaming NetHack, then at least I've been streaming for a year. Is kind of where I'm at right now. So, yeah, I think... Oh, oh yeah, this is the nymph that like basically also robbed me blind, which was also no bueno. I'm assuming that basically has no charges left, but we'll just grab it. I am actually really happy there's an altar here in the main part of the dungeon. Because sometimes you don't get one, and then it really sucks. Oh yeah, and I also did not grab, like, take wands out. Let's see here. What do I want? Digging. I think I want to take the digging wands because they tend to be useful. I don't know if there's any charges in that teleportation wand. There may not be, but so be it. I'll take the magic missile and I'll take striking. They're all kind of weak, but better than nothing. Oh, if I can get that Yeti on the altar, that would be, like, amazing as a sacrifice. Okay, can I get that Yeti? Yeah. That is going to be an amazing sacrifice. Offer up the Yeti. You have a hopeful feeling. Oh, right, because I recently prayed to my god, so... that's fine. Yeah, I kind of want to either do like the first level of Sokoban or the quest. Alright, why don't we go up to Sokoban 1 and just see what we have to work with. Yeah, this one isn't usually terrible. I can see the solution, so uh we just move that over there. Move that up. I just realized that this puzzle is flipped from how it used to be because this has got like one of those rotation things. I forgot which mod added that. All right, and those are always a scroll of earth. Yeah, so here's the reason I actually hate Sokoban is if you get a character this far, it becomes a chore once you've like done it enough times. I just Oh, are you kidding me? No, I'm okay. I can push this down over here. Yeah, I covered up a food item doing that. I also just don't care. I'm not exactly hurting for food. Rings of slow digestion are also pretty common. Okay, that changes my plans. Fire. Did it drop? Oh, it did drop it. It actually dropped an eye. Strange mental acuity. Finally, I got telepathy. Oh, that's lovely. That is lovely. And I got a new wand out of that, so yippee-ki-yay, Nar Opal Ring. I think I've gotten like 4 of these so far, so okay, so that's Soko 2. Do I really want to do another level of Sokoban? I'll come back cuz let's see what this it's a do nothing wand, so I don't know what there's does nothing. So there's a couple of really basic utility wands that could be nothing I really care about at this stage of the game. Uh it might be secret door detection, which has its uses. Everything in this game has its uses, but I mean, yeah. So I got the vault in this level. Let's go. Let's keep going down. It looks like there's another room over there that I didn't. Oh yeah, there is another room over there. Nothing all that important in it, though. I know a harp can be used as a magical instrument for the castle. I've never actually done the castle. Ooh, that's a little spicy. And the staircase is on the other side. Oh, that is... Yeah, that's not a good feeling. Unless I can find a way to that door on the other side. Oh, fuck this level. A nymph's garden as well? This level is a death trap. Yeah, this level is an actual death trap. I'm going to close that door. And I'm actually going to lock it. Okay, let me figure out the best way to handle this. The beehive is exposed to the top, so I can't just seal it in unless I use a scroll of earth. If I unlock this door, where do I end up? Does that connect to that door on the bottom? Well, I can make it connect. Because that gets me to the staircase on this side, and I get around. Because I really don't want to take that. Yeah, I really don't want to do that. I believe I have poison resistance, but that's a fight I'm not in the mood to take. So let's dig for victory. Oh, that's a lot more crowded than I thought it was. Let me look at that from the top, because now I gotta figure out how I'm going to actually clear that out. Yeah, I'm gonna dig some more tunnels, because if I had a way to do it... Okay, they're awake. Okay, so this is not actually as bad as I thought it was going to be. Let's just pop our way through slowly. Let me put a little music on, and then... Oh, crud. Need food badly. Pray. So royal jellies, yeah. Let me clear out this beehive. This is just going to be slow. Getting that nymph place would be really nice. Ooh, that is actually okay. Killer bee corpse. Yeah, eat it. All right, well, that was a pretty successful clean out. How much stuff do we actually get out of that? A lot of gold. The oilskin cloak probably is worth identifying. Because at this point, I've identified dwarven. I've identified elvish. I think it makes sense to go back up. I'm just going to ignore that floating eye, and we are just going to go up. All right, let recover the game. Okay, and we're good. Oh, it's an oilskin cloak. That is actually kind of... It's not, like, amazing, but as a utility cloak, that is always a valid option because it prevents... that's actually really useful for dealing with the mind flayer because it... I've got grease gear. The cloak makes it much harder for it to grab. I'm still not at the point I really want to take on the mind flayer, but that's definitely going in the right direction. I'm actually really getting into this character, which is unusual for me. Alright, I think we're going to... I'm going to bring us to Soko 2. And then... Yeah, I think I'm just going to poke Soko as I go because I really don't like Soko. Alright, so here's Soko 2. I'm trying to remember how I want to move the boulders. It's not an immediate game over if you get this wrong. It just kind of gets annoying. I think I just want to move this one. Yeah, this one needs to go in. This one needs to go in. And then that one goes in like that. Yeah, that's how that goes. It's amazing that this used to be considered like a novelty that you could do NetHack in Sokoban in NetHack. Sorry, I'm not talking. I really have to focus. Like at this point, I'm not going to say I couldn't screw it up, but it would require like a really stupid mistake to not be able to finish this puzzle, and that gets us to Soko 3. Oh, you gotta get 3 more boulders in there. Screw it, I'll just do these. Okay, so a bunch of elven stuff there. We'll take that to the altar that can check it, although it would have to be like a really well enchanted coat to be like better than what I'm currently rocking. All right, that's Soko 3. And that is like enough hard food to last me quite a while. I'm going to take a brief break. Let's see here. How are we doing on viewers and how long have we been on for? Yeah, 2 hours. I'm kind of getting close to wanting to call a break on this, because this is like kind of my unwind time. So we'll see. Hey chat, I am back. I am legitimately in a lot of pain today. I'm just leaving the stream running so I'm just not staring into space. Yeah, this is a high pain day. I'm just gonna play through it. Screw it, I'll just play through Sokoban. I really hate Soko, but I need to play through the pain. I've been in a bad place for a few months, due to some real life shit that I am really not going to talk about on a YouTube stream. This is like a big decompress session for me, I'll be honest. And there's just been you're gonna have to forgive me, chat. Like I said, I'm legitimately hurting badly today. Like, the sensation that I'm feeling right now is waves of stress more than anything else. And if I'm going to be playing NetHack, it's going to be very zen. My history of this game goes all the way back to freaking PC Rogue, of all places. When I was a real little kid, my father worked as a researcher at a university. And he actually used to tell me about Rogue on the Unix mainframes that they had at school. And this story made me search for it online. So I dug up some copy of PC Rogue. It was probably 3.3, although it might have been 5.0. I would actually have to play it and compare it to my childhood memories, but realistically, it's so far back, it's hard to tell. And let's be honest, PC Rogue doesn't visually look all that distinct. It's ASCII. Like, what can you do? There are limits of what you can do with ASCII. Ooh, sorry, I'm literally letting the pain just ride through me right now. Anyway, I went, this was an era where Doom and Duke Nukem were, like, big, and I was just sitting there playing PC Rogue. I never actually beat it, although I did get I got a few characters into the mazes, which I've learned as an adult is about the halfway point. And this was in an era where there weren't spoilers. I don't know how many characters I threw into it, but I remember looking at the save files with the MS-DOS editor to try and figure out what I could do, because I'm 6, there are no effing tools, but yeah, like I said, I have a personal history of this game. I've never been quite demented enough to actually make a variant, but I've thought about it for a long time. So, and I know exactly what I would do if I actually did it, but I actually get more enjoyment of fulfilling, solving other people's puzzles and making my own. I mean, I think that's kind of what happened with all the variants, because what had happened, for a long time, we really didn't have that many variants of NetHack. You had, let me think about it. That was Slash, and you had a bunch of other smaller patches come together that formed Slash'em, which was probably, unless you are insane enough to actually compile roguelikes for yourself, would probably be the one that you knew. Apparently Brass was pretty big in I doubt Chad is even paying attention right now. Oh wow, holy cow. Chat. Thank you. Oh no, that was yesterday's chat log. Okay. Let me try today's chat log. Yeah, I want to play with Rogomatic on stream. I've gotten it working, but I've never gotten it to actually like beat Rogue, which I know it can do it, but I'm guessing that the versions of Rogomatic and Rogue that survive to the present day, something in Rogomatic has to be tweaked to make it work, or it has to be played against an older version. I've never seen like because I know I've seen a lot of people get it running. I've never seen it actually win, which in theory Rogomatic was supposed to do. That was the thing that drove me crazy every time I've looked into Rogomatic. Because Rogomatic was like what Rogomatic is an interesting bit of history. I'll just put it like that. Okay, so I think I just mismoved this boulder. How do I get this one out? I think I screwed this up. I need 3 to solve. I've actually got enough boulders as is, so let me just put that one over there. So let me see how I actually get here. Let me come around. Yeah, I want to do that. Then I can move that boulder. I've actually got to think about the moves I got to do to get through this. If I move this boulder to the right, which I think is the right move here, what do I do with it next? Because I could easily get myself stuck. I'm going to move it one left. I am not convinced I'm going to do this correctly. Yeah, I think I just screwed the pooch. Oh wait, maybe not. Maybe not. No, I can save this. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Okay. I hate the amount of brain power Soko takes out of me. Okay, so that gives me 2 there. I move that one down, and then I can move those and out and around. Okay, yeah, that works. Okay. I really dislike Soko. How do I do this? You go down. Be the warehouse manager. See, the first 3 I can usually solve without too much issue. It's the last level I always have problems with. I really hate this puzzle. Oh, yep. And that's the other reason I hate it. If it's not just annoying enough to do it, it also throws monsters at you. And they can spawn in ways that can affect the puzzle. On the flip side, like, Soko is iconic to this game. It's been there. It's been there probably 30 years at this point. Okay, hold on. How do I get the last boulder out? I may have actually screwed this up. Because I can move this one down. I can shatter a boulder. I take a luck penalty from doing it. Can I do this without that happening? Yeah, I screwed the puzzle up. Because I don't see a way I can move the other one. That was the wrong move to move it against that wall. Because I thought I could get it out, and I can't. So, it's not a total loss, though. So, what happens when this happens is you now wield... and then the boulder falls apart. Yeah, I just took a major luck penalty for doing that. But you are expected to be able to complete and finish Sokobo. Sokoban, I should say. I have actually screwed up this puzzle so badly it can't be solved. I did not just do that. Are you fucking kidding me? I just did that. That was like the worst spot I could actually put it in. I kid you not. It's fine. This is fine. I can just move another boulder. I have the 2 scrolls of earth. If I really blotch it, which gets me more boulders, I just need to do this in the right way. 1, 2, and then move it over. I don't remember if this is the right way to solve this puzzle. Yeah. All right, there we go. So I believe that was Soko 3. Alright, let's let these guys get in the door. So there are a bunch of corpses here. Pair of riding boots. I don't know if that's anything special. A broadsword might be a better weapon than the spear. I'm just gonna grab it for now. Never mind. Apparently we are a little bit too heavy. So we do have some wands to identify, so let's see what we get. We got... That's another nothing wand. Alright, so then what's the other one we've got? Okay, so that's a wand of slow monster, and I probably used more charges than I wanted. Cool. Do we go back up to the altar, grabbing more gear? Because at this point, the more AC I can stack on, the more likely I stay alive. I know that the Wand of Wishing in the castle has been nerfed. I believe it's 1 to 3 wishes, no recharging. So there is wishes, but they are a lot hard to come by. There's no optimal wish order, no scroll of recharge, which is like the first thing you always wish for normally. I am actually thinking about where I want to go next. Let's peek up into Soko 4 and just see what we have. Okay, this puzzle, I know this one a little bit better than the other one. It's the big ball puzzle that kind of frustrates me. I don't really want to do this right now. But at least I've done the chore part. I'll take the coat just to see if we get lucky. The thing is, the coat is -1 AC, so it would have to have a +2 enchantment to be better, or to be equal. So then again, I found that kick-ass +5 shield. So you know, who knows? And I can just do it as an errand while we do other stuff because, like, I don't know. We might get some easy ring identifies. Like, we're not even short on identify. I'm just trying to conserve resources. I could burn some now, but I don't see a need to. We're not hurting for anything. let's do a little housekeeping. Let's get the altar clear. Okay, so the riding boots were generated cursed. Let's see if those rings do anything. Ooh, that's Ring of Invisibility. That's actually a good one. Alright, so, Ring of Invisibility is not amazing. But it's a pretty decent buff. Let me take it off for now because it is just... that's going to let me, like, get around stuff, and that makes me happy. So let's drop some more food. This is sucking so hard not having a... Like, I shouldn't be complaining because this is a lot of loot. I'm actually going to drop some of these wands. Okay. What else do we have? We can drop the scrolls. Royal jelly we can drop. Soko will basically keep us fed as long as we stay on it. We definitely have a magic lamp because it stayed lit this whole time. So, yay, that's good. You know, I also considered the possibility is I've got the magic marker. I can write identify scrolls. I just want to try and kind of get as much mileage out of them as I can. Because right now... I'm trying to think of what would actually help the most in the short term. The Orb of Weight might be what I actually want. I just kind of need to figure out what that involves. Going down to the quest is interesting. Give me a sec, chat. Sorry, I just some things on Discord. Yeah, I'm gonna go AFK for a bit. I'm just gonna leave the stream running because I'm having a think of what I actually want to do. And this is actually really good for me to do this right now. I'm back. I'm a little rough. I'm having a rough patch, to put it bluntly. How did I miss a message? Uh, oh. Yeah, you know what? I'm actually going to call the stream here. I've been on air for about 2 hours, which was basically what I wanted. So, I'll be back later, chat. Keeping an eye out. I might even stream later tonight. It's just sometimes when you see something on the phone, you gotta kind of, yeah. Anyway, see you.